Bunny Tears. What's cracking, Bunny Boilers? My name is Bunny Tears. Welcome to yet another Black Ops 2 commentary entitled How to Be a Good Commentator. Now, I've been asked this question quite a lot, so I thought I'd put out a video to let you guys know how you can improve your skills at being a commentator. However, as always, first thing is first, this is a demolition on Meltdown. Now, the reason I'm putting up this gameplay is because usually I put up dominations or demolitions or search and destroy sometimes where we absolutely demolish the enemy team. This was a tough game. The first round for me was awful, the second round was okay, the third round was good. So you get to see a bit of a challenging gameplay rather than just running over people. And it was myself and James Tastic, aka that James guy, aka RIP Wings, aka Shake That Laffy Taffy, which is a new nickname I just thought of right now for him. So Laffy Taffy, Mr. James is what I'm going to be calling you from now on. Maybe just Laffy. I like Laffy. Or Taffy. Pick one. Either Laffy or Taffy. Just pick one. But anyway, this commentary. The reason I'm bringing this out, like I said, a lot of people are asking me how to be a good commentator. Now, I don't consider myself a good commentator. I consider myself a comfortable commentator. Now, as a lot of you know, I used to be a door-to-door salesman, which meant that I had to speak to people constantly. People I didn't know, and I had to respond to whatever they said in the best way possible and the most confident way possible. I couldn't be sitting there going, because they wouldn't be buying what I was selling if they thought I was nervous or if they thought I wasn't confident in what I was selling. So I had to be confident all the time, which meant that I gained quite a few skills, not only with just talking over long periods of time without having to stop and talking comfortably, but also things like public speaking. So these are transferable skills to public speaking or just speaking to people in general. Now, the one thing that I see new commentators doing a lot, which is a big problem, is not having fluency in what they say. You'll notice that most of the time when I'm doing my commentaries, there's hardly any gaps in what I'm saying. I don't sit here and go, so yeah, I like this game because, you know, I mean, I was using this gun and I was with this person and like we ended up winning kind of because the enemy team. Now, you don't ever hear me like talking like that. You never hear me leaving big gaps in what I'm saying because my brain is essentially thinking about what I'm saying next while I'm talking. So I already know what I'm going to say next. It's like I can see the future. Because what I just said, those words, it's like I can see the future, I was thinking about saying that 5 seconds earlier, and then I just said it. So there is an activity you can do, or a challenge you can set yourself, or an activity you can train yourself with that's going to make you be able to just talk constantly without any gaps in what you're saying. The best way to do it, go on Wikipedia. On Wikipedia, there is an option to click on a random page. So there's a thing, I'm not sure where it is on the page. I think it's top left, which is just like random Wikipedia page. You click it, something random comes up. Here's what I want you to do to train yourself. I want you to click on that page and click it until a page comes up that you actually know what the fuck it is. So if it comes up with like white snow owl and you know fuck all about owls, click it again. You can do that. I don't mind if you do that. Just click it again. I'm going to actually do this challenge live at some point in the future just to show you what I mean. But click it until something you recognize comes up. Like, let's say, muscle cars comes up. I don't know much about muscle cars, but I could talk for a while about muscle cars. So here's what I want you to do. Click until something you recognize comes up. Set a timer for 10 minutes. And then just try and talk for 10 minutes on that subject. It doesn't matter how awful you do. It doesn't matter if you fuck up and can only talk for 1 minute. Just try your hardest to do that. And then once you're done, click random again. Next page you recognize, do the exact same thing. If you do this over and over and over again, it means you'll be able to do commentaries. It's the exact same thing. You can talk about anything in commentaries, and it's so long as it's at least like 10 minutes long. That's like the longest, for example, Call of Duty game you're going to find. So if you're good at that, you'll be good at commentaries, or at least the fluency of commentaries. Another thing people come to me with as a problem is not knowing what to talk about in their commentaries. You can talk about anything in your commentaries. I tend to go for stuff that I think is quite interesting, so obviously that includes my mind-blowing facts series, as well as just talking about things that I experience that other people might not. So, for example, story time with Bunny Tears. I like to talk about stuff that I think is interesting, but that's not necessarily the way to do commentaries. You can talk about anything. For example, right now, what I just thought in my head, my older sister, who's in the house with me now, she tends to eat half of stuff. She will never eat a whole thing. If there's a chocolate bar, she will eat half the chocolate bar and leave the other half in the fridge. I don't even know if she ever eats the other half. I don't think I've ever seen her eat the other half of something. The other day, I went in the cupboard, and I need to explain what super noodles are. Super noodles are like these cheap noodles that you open up, and there's a sachet of, like, powdered flavorings in the super noodles. So you put it in a bowl, you add boiling water, you put it in a microwave with the sachet of, I don't know, what would you call that? Flavorings in the bowl, and then you eat that. The other day, I'd go in the cupboard. There is half a packet of super noodles, and the flavorings have been used. Who does that? Who does that? Who is now going to eat half a pack of flavorless super noodles? Who's going to do that? So now that super noodles pack, that half super noodles with no flavor, is going to be sitting there forever until someone throws it away. It's still there now. It's been there for like 2 weeks. So that is a quick example of me talking about something that is not important whatsoever, but can be made entertaining for people to listen to. So, subjects can be anything. Fluency, you can train, and I've told you how. What else is there that you need to do with commentaries apart from those two? There's nothing. The only other thing I can say is try not to have a monotone voice. I mean, if you're completely fluent, but you talk like this all of the time, but you, like, talk very quickly and you talk consistently, but you're like this all the time, people aren't going to find your commentaries entertaining. Just let yourself go. Just be who you want to be. When I do my commentaries, my hands are all over the place. I don't sit still, and you shouldn't sit still either. If you have any questions, hit them up in the comment section. I might even do another video on this. But anyway, buddy out, bitches! What's cracking, Bunny Boilers? My name is Bunny Tears.